Let's begin today's class in a seated position. Come and find a comfortable seat on your mat, rooting down through the hip bones. Lifting up with your chest, spine is nice and long. Hands resting on your knees, palms facing up or down. And closing your eyes as you begin to arrive, noticing your breathing. And bring your hands in prayer at the center of your chest. We'll set an intention for this practice. Make it something you want to repeat to yourself every time our hands come back to this position. Something you want to carry with you today. Seal that intention in. And bring your hands back down to your knees. Let's take a neck stretch. So inhaling and exhale, drop your head over to the right, ear leaning towards your right shoulder, while your left shoulder pulls down and away to deepen the stretch. Inhale, coming up through center. Exhale, other side, left ear drops towards the left shoulder. And the right shoulder pulls down and away. Maybe feeling that stretch all through the side of your neck into your shoulder. And inhale to come back through center. And exhale here. Inhale, bring the arms up long overhead, and exhale to the right for a seated side stretch, dropping the right arm down to the ground, left arm sweeps overhead, reaching through the fingertips and rotating the chest up towards the sky. Inhale up through center, reaching long, and exhale, drop the left arm down, right arm reaches long overhead, keeping the ear close to the bicep, and opening the chest towards the sky. Inhale up through center, and exhale for a seated twist to the right. Right hand comes behind you, left hand comes to right knee. Inhaling to lengthen the spine, and exhaling to twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, come back through center, arms overhead, and exhale, twist to the left. Pulling the left shoulder back, pushing the right shoulder forward. Inhale back through center. And exhale into table. Hands come directly under shoulders, knees directly under hips. Engaging the core, back is flat. And we'll take a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, drop the stomach, open the chest, lift the chin. And exhale, round the spine, drop the head. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest, lift the chin. And exhale, round the spine, drop the head. Keep moving like this at your own breath. And after your next exhale, come and find a neutral spine in table. And we're going to do another round of cat-cow. But this time we're going to cross our legs. So cross your legs behind you, bringing the knees to touch, keeping the feet hip width distance apart. And then inhale to drop the belly, lift the chin, open the chest. And exhale, round the spine, drop the head. Keep moving like this at your own breath, at your own pace. And notice if you feel this any differently in your hips than you do with the regular cat-cow. And maybe here taking time to switch the cross of your legs, switching which leg is on top as you continue to move. And after your next exhale, come and find a neutral spine and table. Breathing in here. And exhale into puppy pose, walking your hands forward, dropping your chest towards the ground while leaving your hips up in the air. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Maybe walking your fingertips a little bit further. Chin or forehead resting on the mat. Inhale to come up out of puppy and exhale into downward facing dog. Taking time in this first down dog of the class to pedal out the feet or wag the hips side to side. Taking whatever movements feel good as you warm up the body. And throughout it all, squeezing those shoulder blades together, lifting the hips up to the sky, and letting the heels sink down towards the mat. Inhale, bend the knees, gaze towards the top of the mat, and exhale, walk to the top, forward folds. Take some time in this forward fold to really just hang. Let the head be heavy. Let your knees bend gently or deeply. And take a ragdoll, grabbing opposite hands to opposite elbows. Maybe nodding your head yes or shaking your head no. And as you inhale, slowly come up into Tadasana, mountain pose, whether with a flat back or rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae. Your choice. Meeting me in Tadasana, standing tall and strong. And we'll go through our sun salutations. Inhale to sweep the arms up long overhead, and exhale, keep the length as you swan dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, thighs or the ground, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step back to plank, engage the core, and exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog, flip the toes, open the chest, and exhale, downward facing dog, lift the hips up and back. Inhale, bend the knees, and exhale, make your way to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, spine as long, gaze is down, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, Urdhva Sasana, coming up to stand, arms overhead, and exhale into your hands in prayer position at the center of your chest, repeating that intention you set at the beginning of practice. Inhale, sweep the arms up long overhead, and exhale, swan dive forward, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward folds. Inhale, step back to plank, hands directly under shoulders, and exhale, chaturanga, keep those elbows in tight. Inhale, upward facing dog, open the chest, and exhale, downward facing dog, lift the hips up and back. Inhale, bend the knees, and exhale, walk or hop to the top of your mat, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift, spine is long, gaze is down. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms overhead. And exhale, your hands in prayer to the center of your chest, repeating that intention you set at the beginning of practice. One more time. Inhale, sweep the arms up long overhead. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, thighs or the ground. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step back to plank. And exhale, move through the vinyasa, lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, and exhale, walk or hop to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bend the knees, and then sweep all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana, and exhale your hands in prayer to the center of your chest, repeating that intention once again. Inhale, sweep the arms up long overhead, and exhale, keep the length as you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, downward dog, planting the hands, stepping back. Inhale the right leg up and back, three-legged dog, keep the hips level, and exhale, step the foot forward between the hands, low lunge. Taking a moment to square your hips, pull the right hip back and the left hip forward. Good. Inhale up into warrior two. Back heel spirals down, arms spiral up. Chest faces the side, gazes over the front fingertips. Sinking a little bit deeper into that front knee. And making sure that the knee is in line with the ankle and that the knee is pointing towards the front of the toes, not sinking inwards. Good. Finding length through both fingertips. And inhale to come into star pose. Come and face the center, toes pointing out to the sides, arms up above in the star shape. And as you exhale, sink into goddess, bending through the knees, finding the squat, bringing your hands in prayer at the center of your chest. Repeat that intention. Finding a deep squat here. Knees are pointing in the same direction as your toes. Making sure the knees aren't going over the toes, though. Can you sink a little bit deeper? Engaging those quads. Keeping the spine nice and straight, chest is open. And inhale and come up onto your toes in this goddess. Can you lift your heels off the mat? And as you exhale, dropping the heels back down to the ground. Do that one more time. Inhale up onto your toes if you can. Can you find the balance? Can you hold it? And exhaling to put the heels back down to the ground. Inhale here. And exhale, fold forward, straightening the legs, bringing the hands down to the mat. Really breathing into this stretch here. And on your next exhale, walk the hands over to the left, maybe making it to your left foot. Inhale to walk the hands back towards center. And exhale to walk them to the right, maybe making it to your right foot, keeping those legs straight. And inhale to walk the hands back to the middle, finding this fold again. Inhale and come back up through star pose, coming up with a flat back. Keep it long and straight, extending the arms overhead. And as you exhale, come into warrior two. Gaze towards the front, arms to the sides, chest open to the side. Inhale here. And exhale, low lunge. Hands come to frame the front foot. Inhale, step back to plank. And exhale, take your vinyasa. Lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Other side. Inhale the left leg up and back, three-legged dog, even out the hips. And exhale, low lunge, step the foot forward between the hands. Taking a moment to square the hips, pull the left hip back and the right hip forward. And then inhale into warrior two. Back heel spirals down, arms spiral up, extending through those fingertips. Chest is open to the side, gaze over the front fingertips. As you exhale, see if you can sink a little bit deeper into that front knee while still maintaining lift through the hips. Checking on that knee, making sure it's not going over the toes and making sure it's in line with the toes. Inhale and come into star pose, straightening the legs, pointing the toes out, facing the middle, extending those arms overhead. And then exhale into goddess, this wide-legged squat. Hands come to prayer at the center of the chest, sinking the hips down. Knees in line with the toes, once again, pointing in that same direction as the toes are. As you exhale, seeing if you can sink a little bit deeper, engaging those quads, opening the chest, finding lift. And same as on the other side, inhale and see if you can come up on your toes. Can you hold it? And exhale to drop the heels back down to the mat. We'll do it again. Inhale up onto your toes. How high off the ground can you bring your heels? And exhale, drop the heels back down to the mat. Inhaling here. And exhale, fold forward, straightening the legs, bringing the hands down to the mat. If your hands don't make it all the way down to the mat, you could always grab a block or anything you have lying around if you'd like to feel your hands pressing down against something. And taking nice deep breaths here. Inhaling. And as you exhale, walk your hands over to the left, towards the left foot, keeping your legs straight. And on your next inhale, walking your hands back to the middle. And as you exhale, walking them over to the right. Inhale to walk your hands to the middle. And exhale in this fold. Option to stay here or to come into Firefly, which is an arm balance here. If you'd like to come into Firefly, walk your hands a little bit back and behind the line of your feet. Fingers pointing towards the front. As you exhale, sink your hips back down towards the ground, attempting to keep your legs over the tops of your arms. Lifting your feet up off the ground as you sink your hips down towards the mat, finding strength through the shoulders, through the wrists, through the arms. And maybe you straighten your legs, or you can leave them bent. Taking a couple of breaths here. And exhale, return your feet back down to the mat. Come back up into this fold, this wide-legged fold. And inhale to come up through star pose, coming up with a flat back. Take your time. Extending your arms up to the sky. And exhale into warrior two, facing over the left leg. Once again, bending into that front knee. Inhale. And exhale, low lunge, cartwheel the hands down to frame the foot. Inhale, step back to plank. And exhale, take your vinyasa, meeting me in downward facing dog. Inhale here in down dog. And exhale into child's pose, dropping your knees down to the mat, sinking your hips back, letting your forehead rest on the mat. Closing your eyes and breathing deep into the belly. Inhale in child's. And as you exhale, make your way onto your stomach. Flat on the mat, legs extended long. And bring your arms to a T. And we'll find a shoulder opener here. So with your arms at a T, lift up your right leg and then attempt to cross it over your back, bending at the knee, and attempt to get your toes to touch the floor, leaving your chest and shoulders on the mat. Seeing if you feel that in your shoulders, or maybe you're feeling the twist through your back. And inhale and exhale to release the pose, bringing your foot back down in line, your whole leg in line with your other leg. And we'll do the other side. If you have one of your cheeks on the mat, maybe switch sides for this one. Inhaling here, lift up your left leg, bending at the knee, and as you exhale, cross it over your backside, attempting to get your toes to touch the floor on the right side of your body. Keeping your shoulders on the mat as you breathe in and you breathe out. Inhaling and exhale to release the pose, coming back down to lie on the mat, on your stomach. Breathing in here. And exhale, roll over onto your back. Inhale and bring your legs straight up. Straightening them or keeping a gentle bend, whatever works and feels good for you today. Option to use a strap here to put across the tops of your feet and hold on to your strap so that you're finding that stretch with the strap. Or you can hold on to your toes with your hands, or you can simply leave your feet up in the air without anything pulling down on them. One more inhale. And exhale to bring your feet back down to the mat, bending the knees. Inhale and draw your knees into your chest. And we'll find Gomukhasana legs. So cross your right leg over your left, bringing the knees to touch. And hold on to your feet or your ankles or your shins with your hands. Maybe you'll feel this through your hip. One more inhale. And exhale to unwind the legs. Inhale here. And exhale, cross the legs the other way. Left leg crosses over the right, bringing the knees in line as you reach to grab onto your feet or your ankles or your shins, wherever your hands reach. Leaving your head on the mat, let that neck relax. One more inhale. And exhale, uncross the legs, release the pose. Keeping the knees into the chest. Inhaling here. And exhale, drop the knees over to the left for a supine twist. Extending your right arm out long. Gaze over your right fingertips. Maybe closing your eyes as you relax into this pose. Inhale to bring the knees back to the center of your chest. And exhale, drop your legs over to the right, extending your left arm out long. Gaze over your left fingertips as you breathe slowly and deeply. Inhale to bring the knees back to the center of the chest. Give them a nice big hug. And on your next exhale, find Shavasana, lowering everything down onto the mat. Taking up as much space as you'd like with your arms and your legs. And snuggle your shoulder blades underneath you so that they lie flat on the mat. Letting go of any further tension you might be holding in your shoulders or in your stomach, in your forehead. And let go of your breath as we remain here. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose and slowly exhaling out. Taking another deep breath in and exhaling out. Beginning to come back into the space around you. Maybe wiggling your fingers and your toes. And take your time to roll over onto one side. And keeping your eyes closed all the way if that's comfortable. Push yourself up into a seated position. Spine is long and straight. Bring your hands in prayer at the center of your chest and bow your head towards your hands. Repeat that intention that you set at the beginning of practice once more. Thank you for joining me in practice today. Namaste.